This program is rated 14+ and contains material that may not be suitable for viewers under 14 years of age. For example, moderate violence, mature themes, or brief strong language. Parental discretion is advised for the following program.
Contains strong language and mature content. It is intended for viewers aged 15 and above. Viewer discretion is advised.
Welcome to FirstGalaxyAustralian Activities, Independence Day Special. Today we celebrate freedom and justice, but we also confront its opposite. Tonight.
Let me say it right out, Justice Pow. Bastardy trash. Chinese emperors using courtroom theater to glorify cruelty. Innocent people sentenced left and right, and the series.
Yes, that series is pure violence dressed as morality. Independence means freedom from oppression, yet Justice Pow celebrates it. What just? Wow.
Justice Pow, Bao Ching Tian, whatever name you give it, it's emperor propaganda. Sentencing innocents on the spot, beheadings with no trial, justice without evidence. It's violent.
And you know what's worse, people worship it like some historical masterpiece. No, it's glorified abuse of power, and that freaking sucks.
Exactly. Justice Pow isn't justice. It's dictatorship wrapped in drama. Innocent men and women executed just because emperors wanted to show power, and the series portrays it. I'm furious. The violence is endless. The sentencing is unfair. It creates trauma and calls it honor. Justice Pow, freaking violent trash. It deserves to be called out.
Let's break it down. Historically, Chinese emperors used officials like Bao Zhang and Justice Pow as tools to control narratives. The show is propaganda that paints executions as moral. From a media perspective, it's dangerous. It normalizes authoritarian control. It tells audiences, absolute punishment equals justice. That's not morality. That's brainwashing.
Exactly. If Justice Pow aired as a new show today, people would call it what it is, violent abuse and injustice disguised as tradition. It romanticizes executions, demonizes. Entertainment should never be built on exploitation. Yet Justice Pow made an entire empire of episodes out of it. That's not drama. That's manipulation.
Let's be clear. The emperors are gone. Justice Pow is just a series. But its message lingers, and that's why we must reject it. Tonight, we cut deep into history and drama. Bao Ching Tian, Justice Pow, celebrated as heroic? No. Behind the surface is cruelty, violence, and propaganda disguised as entertainment.
Justice Pow? Freaking garbage. Ching Tian sentenced innocents like it was a sport. Death sentences everywhere, quick, brutal, without mercy. And, no. It's barbaric trash.
Yes, the emperors used Pow as their weapon. Innocent people dragged into trials, no defense, then instant execution. And the series glorifies it like some noble act. What a lie!
Understand this, Bao Zhang, the so-called Justice Pow, wasn't just a character. He became a tool for emperors to show dominance. The executions weren't just icy, they were theater.
And the series? It amplifies that fear. Justice equals executions, morality equals bloodshed. That's dangerous storytelling. It tells people, justice means violence.
Wow, just wow. Yes, and the show made it entertainment. Like, oh wow, another head cut off, another person falsely accused. That's not drama, that's sadism.
I hate how people glorify it. Justice Pow is wise, Justice Pow is fair. No. He wasn't fair, he was a puppet for emperors. Innocents died while tyrants smiled.
That series is toxic. It brainwashed people to cheer executions. It tells viewers, punishment without evidence is okay. That is not justice. That's brutality.
Exactly. Justice Pow is violent trash. Bulking Tia, bastardy emperor lapdog. This whole system sucks. And the fact that it's still celebrated, just wow.
Justice is supposed to protect the innocent, not slaughter them, yet Baking Beyond, as portrayed, punishes innocence for drama's sake. That's why it's dangerous. It flips justice ups.
And people still glorify it. Independence means rejecting systems like that. Rejecting the idea that cruelty equals order.
Yes, Justice Pow is not justice. It's cruelty made into entertainment. And that's why we call it out tonight.
Exactly. Sentencing as invalidly innocent, what the hell is that? How do you sentence someone innocent and call it justice? That's stupid. The freedom of speech is horrible.
And it's worse, this wasn't just an accident. It was a pattern. Over and over, people wrongly thrown into prison or executed, just so emperors could look powerful.
And remember, this wasn't mainland China. It was produced in Taiwan, in the 1990s. A television series, fiction, but presented as if Bazan's methods were heroic.
A Taiwanese series. Yeah, let's not forget that. Broadcast across Asia, exported, celebrated like it was great drama. But what did it actually show? Innocents sentenced. Over.
Just wow. Just wow. Taiwan gave us a series that taught people it's fine to throw innocents in jail or execute them instantly. That's not drama. That's brainwashing trash.
Yes, it's stupidly cruel. Why glorify invalid sentencing? Why broadcast injustice as if it's entertainment? That's not culture, that's poison.
Let's break it down. Real justice requires evidence, fair trial, defense, rights. But in Justice Pow, accusation, automatic guilt, innocent pleas, ignored, sentences, extreme punishment.
That's not justice. That's invalid sentencing. And when the innocent are punished, the system becomes meaningless.
And the show acts like that's noble. No, it's degrading. It spits in the face of every real victim of injustice.
Justice Pow is stupidity in action. Invalid sentencing, invalid law, invalid morality.
Taiwan created this series. And they have to own the responsibility. You don't just glorify cruelty and call it entertainment.
It became a cultural export. People in Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong watched it. And what did they see? Innocents punished, tyrants rewarded. That's dangerous influence.
And people actually thought Bao Jiang was some kind of role model. What a role model who kills innocents. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Justice Pow is a stupid bastardized version of law. And Taiwan turned it into TV gold. Pathetic.
Stop glorifying cruelty. Stop lying to people with violent dramas. Justice Pow is trash. Bulking Tia is poison.
Sentencing innocents is invalid. It's evil. And Justice Pow deserves zero respect.
History must be told truthfully, not twisted into propaganda.
And to Justice Pow, Xingtian, and the emperors behind it, we say this. You're done.
Alright. That's all for today's First Galaxy Australian activities. We've tackled the rants, the sentencing, and the heavy truths.
Yeah, this episode was intense. But sometimes, serious drama needs to be spoken out.
Justice Pow, cancelled in our books. Independence, forever celebrated. That's the balance we stand by.
And that's what makes this show different, to truth and honesty above everything.
Exactly. And no matter how heavy the topics, we always come back stronger.
And that's all for today's episode of First Galaxy Australian activities. What a week of heavy rants and serious talk. But we made it through together.
Absolutely. And as always, we thank you for joining us.
So remember, have a wonderful week and weekend, everyone.
We'll see you again next Thursday for a fresh episode of First Galaxy Australian Friends, premiering at 10:30 p.m.
And don't miss tomorrow's Go Animate original series, Chorus Gets Grounded, airing every Monday to Wednesday and Friday.
And before we close, a very special shout out. Happy Malaysian Independence Day to all our Malaysian viewers.
Happy Independence Day, Malaysia.
And here's to a happy new week and a brand new chapter for all of us.
Thank you for watching First Galaxy Australian activities. Take care, stay safe, and see you soon. Good night, everyone.